Okay, let's unpack this. Think about those moments that really kind of chip away at your enjoyment, right?
Yeah.
You're buzzing for that content, the lights are about to go down, but first you're battling this massive line just for a drink.
Oh, yeah. Or, you finally land, you're ready for vacation,
Totally.
and then you see that check-in queue at the airport, and it just seems endless.
We've all been there, that collision, excitement versus just hassle. But what if those frustrations just, well, vanished?
It's interesting, isn't it, how our tolerance for those friction points has really shifted.
How so?
Well, we've just gotten so used to things being smooth elsewhere, ordering groceries, streaming movies. It's instant.
Right.
So those old school waits in entertainment and travel, they feel really jarring now. It's not just about speed, it's expecting things to be easy.
Exactly. And that's what we're diving into today. We've got this, well, really insightful report. It looks at how smart POS technology is basically changing everything in entertainment and travel.
And POS, just quickly, that's point of sale.
Right, the transaction systems. So this report digs into moving from those sometimes kind of clunky older systems to these newer, smarter solutions and how that's reshaping, grabbing a burger at a game or checking into your hotel.
And if you look at the bigger picture, this isn't just about faster payments, is it?
No, not at all.
The report really emphasizes it's a core shift. It's driven by what we now expect, speed, convenience.
Yeah, and personalization seems key too.
Definitely. That feeling like it's tailored for you.
Right.
Older systems they couldn't really do that.
Right. So our mission today, digging into this report, is to pull out those key insights. How is this tech making things smoother? And maybe even more interesting, what new possibilities is it opening up?
Trying to understand what's really driving these changes.
Exactly. And what it all means for you, the listener, next time you're heading to a show or, packing for a trip.
Okay, so let's start with those evolving expectations. The report makes it super clear what consumers demand now is just different. What stood out to you there?
Well, it almost feels like the simplicity we get online every day has kind of spoiled us.
Huh, in a good way, maybe?
Yeah, in a good way. We just expect that same ease everywhere now.
Yeah.
And the report has some really telling stats, like 58% of business travelers, they actively want more self-service options.
Makes sense. Think about expense reports.
Exactly. Who likes doing those manually? Or even just, using your phone or fingerprint to breeze through airport security.
And it goes beyond just making things quicker. There's this growing demand for experiences that feel, personal.
Right.
The report highlights that younger travelers, especially 18 to 24-year-olds, they're even more into tech-driven personalization. 80% want tailored recommendations.
Wow, 80%. That's huge.
It's really big difference from older groups.
Yeah.
And it signals where the industry really needs to focus. It's not just speed anymore. It's about feeling understood.
Absolutely. Definitely not one size fits all. And this desire for convenience, for speed, it's not just a preference, is it? It actually affects spending.
That's where it gets really interesting.
Yeah. The report says 57% of people at events would actually spend more on drinks, snacks, whatever, if they could just order from their seats.
See, that really underlines the value here. Convenience isn't just a nice to have.
No, it drives revenue.
It's a tangible revenue driver. That 57% is pretty powerful. And the report basically says frictionless service. It's becoming the baseline expectation.
So if you don't offer it,
you're potentially losing out on money and you risk unhappy guests, which nobody wants.
Exactly. And it looks like venues are patching on fast. The adoption rate for cashierless stands, like in stadiums, it's really accelerating.
Yeah, the numbers are quite striking.
The report showed a big jump, right? From 39% of venues having more than 5 of these stands in 2023.
To 53% in 2024, that's a pretty significant leap in just 1 year.
It really is.
It shows how quickly this is going from being, a novelty to just standard. Businesses are under pressure to adapt.
And it's not just about the speed at the stand itself, right? It frees up staff, too.
Exactly. They can focus on other things, maybe more personalized help somewhere else in the venue.
Right. Okay, let's zoom in a bit on live events. Mobile tech is obviously huge there.
Oh, definitely. Our phones are central now, aren't they? Way beyond just taking pictures.
Totally.
The report paints a really clear picture. It says almost everyone, 98%, buys food or drinks at events.
Wow.
And a big chunk, 86%, buy merchandise too. But here's the kicker. Over 80% say they'd spend even more if ordering was just easier on their phone.
Makes total sense. You're into the game or the music.
Yeah, the last thing you want is to miss something crucial standing in line.
And the report backs that up. Demand for in-seat ordering is massive. 81% for food, 73% for merchandise. That's a lot of people just waiting for that convenience.
Huge numbers. And it's not just about spending more either. Those self-service kiosks, they're tackling the wait times.
How much faster are they?
The report says average transaction times are getting under a minute. That's a big deal for efficiency and just, well, a better experience for everyone.
And this isn't just theory. There are real examples, like the Miami Marlins.
Yeah, what happened there?
After they brought in mobile ordering at Hard Rock Stadium, they saw line waits drop by an average of 15 minutes.
15 minutes. That's
And
significant.
get this, a 28% increase in food and beverage sales.
Wow. Okay, so that's a clear link. Better fan experience, more revenue. It works.
Definitely.
And you see other examples like the San Jose Earthquakes partnering with Cantaloupe, specifically for their stadium POS. It shows teams are actively investing in this tech. It's not just a trend. It's becoming like core strategy.
Okay, let's pivot now to travel. Seems like that same desire for smooth payments is just as strong when we're, on the move.
Absolutely. Travelers expect that same frictionless feel they get in retail across their whole journey. Cruises, airlines, hotels, all of it.
Any good examples?
Well, the report mentions Carnival Cruise Line, letting guests use their onboard cards at Celebration Key, their destination, with self-service kiosks there too. It extends that seamlessness off the ship.
Ah, interesting. So it follows you.
Exactly. And airlines are putting digital wallets right into the booking flow, makes paying for flights and all those little extras much easier.
Right, those tempting seat upgrades.
Precisely. And even hotels are getting more comfortable with automation. Nearly 80% of guests are apparently fine with automated front desks or kiosks.
That surprises me a little, but I guess it makes sense if it's faster.
I think so. And for the travel companies themselves, there are big operational wins here.
Like what?
Well, the report points out that fragmented payment systems are a real headache. They can actually cost companies over 10% in profit margins.
Ouch. Okay, that's a big incentive to fix it.
Huge. And it explains why 82% of travel finance leaders are boosting investment in this kind of tech, and why 80% are open to unified platforms. They need to streamline things behind the scenes.
And it's not just cost savings, right? It feeds back into the guest experience.
Definitely. Better hotel management software, using data analytics. It all leads to more personalized stays, tailored offers, services that anticipate what you might want.
It's making you feel a bit more special, I suppose.
Exactly. And that smooth design, especially in payments, directly impacts whether people buy things.
Okay.
The report notes 45% of travelers would be more likely to buy airport extras if they could just use their preferred payment method easily.
Simple friction removal makes a difference.
It really does. Like the Hudson nonstop checkout free store example at Colorado Springs Airport, just walk out. It encourages more buying because it's effortless.
So we've seen how smart POS is changing things now, but the report also looks ahead, right? To the future, connected experiences, AI, AR.
Indeed. The report really positions AI and augmented reality as the next big step in self-service.
How so? What can AI do?
Well, think about highly personalized experiences. AI chat tools, creating custom itineraries for you, automating bookings, handling upgrades without you lifting a finger. Like a personal travel agent in your pocket.
Okay, that sounds pretty cool. And AR, augmented reality.
That adds a whole new layer of interaction. Imagine virtual tours of hotel rooms before you book.
Yeah.
Or real-time directions popping up in front of you in a busy airport or stadium. Even instant translations on signs. The report actually says 75% of travelers think AR tools could reduce travel anxiety.
That's a really interesting benefit. Less stress navigating unfamiliar places.
Exactly. And AI isn't just for the guest side. It has huge operational value, too.
Like managing disruptions.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Airlines are using predictive AI for that already, and things like generative AI to streamline expense processing. The report suggests this will spread to event operations, too, optimizing queues, maybe dynamic pricing, just making the whole system smarter.
It's important, though, as the report says, AI and AR don't replace the smart POS systems.
No, they build on them. They're enhancements, making those already smooth systems even richer and more capable.
They complement the foundation.
Perfectly put. And there's a great quote in there from Jim Castillo at Cantaloupe. He basically says technology has simplified delivering great customer service and cutting friction right where it counts at the payment point.
That really sums up the core idea, doesn't it?
It does.
Okay, so As we wrap up this deep dive, what are the main takeaways we should leave people with?
Well, I think first it's that undeniable shift in expectations. We just expect seamlessness now
Hmm.
because we get it elsewhere.
Right, driven by other industries.
Second, convenience isn't just nice. It actually drives revenue and loyalty. Make it easy. People spend more.
We saw that clearly with the in-seat ordering stats.
Definitely. Third, mobile tech is truly transforming live events, ordering, paying, just the whole experience. Fourth, in travel, frictionless payments and unified platforms are key for cutting costs and making guests happier.
Streamlining behind the scenes and for the customer.
And finally, looking ahead, AI and AR are set to create even more connected, really personalized experiences, all building on that smart POS base.
And for you, the listener, thinking about attending events or traveling, what this all means is hopefully experiences that are just more enjoyable.
Yes, less stressful.
Fewer moments missed because you're stuck in line, maybe more cool recommendations just for you, and just smoother, easier ways to pay for things along the way.
Which leads us to maybe a final thought to ponder.
Go on.
As all this tech gets even more woven into our entertainment and travel, how will our expectations keep evolving? What's the next level of convenience and personalization we'll start demanding?
Mm.
And what could be that next frontier in making these experiences truly connected and, well, effortless, whether it's at a concert or exploring somewhere new?
Yeah.